think the mic is on pretty high. I don't know how well that's gonna go. Oh, that looks on the money. All right, let me unplug this. Oh, that was the wrong one. I'm like, what did I just do? Let's get this going too. No, burn the hand. All right. Hopefully the fire will be good to go. I think I'm pushing it to its limits of how big of a piece of lumber I could have put on it. Welcome, I guess, to the second episode of some of my fireside talks. New setup, horizontal video. I'm excited about it. I do think YouTube is a much better place for content, especially in the long run, than something like an Instagram or vertical things. And I do think having someone view something on a computer or taking the time out and turning their phone sideways and actually being immersed rather than just kind of scrolling through, if you're able to catch their attention and hold on to them for a fireside story for longer than 10 seconds, then that is probably the more virtuous path to take with your content. And horizontal looks better. I think in photography, I've gone through different cycles of vertical and horizontal. Vertical having the benefit of being a bit more shareable for social media and for the phone scrolling, taking up more real estate on the screen. And I do think people generally prefer portrait photos more. At least I find. While horizontal might not get the love up front, but again, in the long run, maybe holds its life a little bit better, finds its way to websites, finds its ways to the wall. You find more landscape photos. And then, of course, there's a good old square. Before we get into the squares, my goodness, this is not going well. Let's see if we can save. Oh, I'm not even on the camera settings I want it to be on either. This might be a shorter one than. Oh, there's no way this fire survives. All right, let's see. Let's see if I can save this episode just like this fire. Crumple up the newspaper. Get at least something to burn. Need a big log to catch. Let's see. Keep the fire burning. Throw some small things on it. Give it I already gave it kind of a poke, but I shall give it another poke. Oh, this thing's going on. We're going emergency surgery on this thing. There might be a chance we don't even get into anything. This might just be me tending to the fire the whole time. Oh, the smoke's getting out now. All right. Big log through there. Let's try to incorporate these smaller half-burned logs. And then smaller things. Just keep it somewhat alive. A big or small thing. Oh man. Oh no. All right. What to do? When in doubt. It's not that I'm ashamed that I have kerosene on hand. To start and keep this fire going occasionally. But it's not the most impressive thing to have a cheat code like kerosene. Whoa! All right, I caught. Things are lit. Yeah, should be good. I think this will. Hopefully it'll last us next 20 minutes or so. Hang in there, dog. We have portraits, get more love. Landscapes, better for long term, and I do feel for immersion as well into whatever scene you're either photographing or videoing. And then there's the square, which is I've appreciated it more because it's less decisions to make. Because obviously whether you turn the camera this way or this way, it's the same shape, square, but you get none of the benefits of the portrait, you get none of the benefits of the landscape. You get all the benefits, though, of you being the photographer or videographer, and now you no longer have to think about, is this going to look better on a wall or on a social media feed or on a website or in someone's wallet? So that solution is almost underappreciated. Square is underappreciated, but still not an elite. Landscapes 1. Portraits 2. Square 3. And now I find myself in episode 2, where I was originally planning on having things hooked up through my laptop to maybe improve the sound, get the microphone closer to me, and also maybe shoot in a different format, because the reason why my laptop's unavailable is because the original video right now is uploading to YouTube and taking all day, and I lost some power this morning, so then I lost the internet halfway through an upload. It's been a labor of love for sure to try and give this Fireside Talk some life. But I think that's going to bring me to my day 2 thoughts of probably the best advice and the best approach to life that I've ever been given, I've ever been told, and that has given me more joy than any other piece of advice or any other approach, any other tip or trick. And it's applicable in photography, it's applicable in videography, it's applicable in life. For this microphone, which is get closer. I'm going to continue the streak of botching quotes, and I don't even have the person who is coming to my mind right now, what their name is, but a famous photographer said something along the lines of, if your photos aren't good, get closer. And it works. I think there's, both with a telephoto lens or with a wide lens, if you are far away, you can kind of tell subconsciously as a viewer. And no one likes to feel distant. Unless, I guess, you're using it for a certain purpose, trying to portray a certain thing. But for the general viewing experience, what humans innately love is immersion. We like to feel like we're there, that we're a part of the story, that we're being surrounded by that piece of art, that it's almost alive in that sense. We don't like to feel like we're kind of peeping or so far away or kind of have to squint, or just we feel a general disconnect. And again, unless you're using that with a purpose, generally people like to be connected. They like to feel connected. They like to feel a part of the story. And you only get that when you get close. And it's the same thing in life. And what I mean by that is, of course, it's fun to watch other people do things, or I get to play maybe more of like an audience role. And there's a time and place to just sit back, relax, and watch and let people do their thing. But it's also a lot of fun to be on stage. It's a lot of fun to ask questions, to be curious, to be up front, to show yourself, to be more a part of the story, of the history of the world. And that's also, I think, a underlying subconscious attraction that humans have to those type of photos, to that type of approach to life, is the idea of getting closer, actually seeing things for what they are, having that feeling of full immersion, right? And we have a trend of the virtual reality, right? Where it's like the idea of putting on a helmet and looking around you and actually being somewhere. And that's not a new invention or a new idea that we've come up with because we have the technology now over the last 5 years. That's normal. This is Terrence McKenna, gonna botch 2 quotes botched in one setting. That'll be a new record. Terrence McKenna said something along the lines of, it's always been a virtual reality, right? When you walk into a cathedral, right, and you look up to the ceilings and you see these paintings, or, you're actually there, you put yourself there, that's a virtual reality. Maybe not in the sense of a camera on a screen, but in the sense of being fully immersed in someone's vision. It's the same process. And we can see it, I'm thinking of Disney World as well, or like the Harry Potter kingdom, right? And it's like, okay, reading the book is one thing, and then watching the movie is another thing, and then actually going to Hogwarts is a whole nother thing, right? And it doesn't only just happen physically. I think if you talk about an actor or someone playing any type of role, to be fully immersed in that role, to put, let's just say, your normal self aside or your everyday self aside and go be someone else, do something else, be a part of another story. Those are all virtual realities that we crave as humans. And the only way we really get that is when we're closer, when we're actually there, when we're actually immersed. And that is probably the best approach in both photography and in life that has given me the best ROI of my time, the most just straight up enjoyment, and is something that I think makes a lot of sense. And I think that might be it for today. That would be some, if you're watching this, maybe some homework for you is thinking about different things in your life, whether it's your entertainment or your travels or whatever it may be. Think about how you can get closer. Be a little bit more curious, ask a little bit more questions, start getting your nose into different things, actually be there, be engaged, be present. Yeah, if you've ever taught a class, and I taught special education for about 4 years. I've done substitute teaching before, which is probably the most, like, you are an actor at that point. You have a stage in front of, I did elementary school to middle school ages. So you have a stage at that point, and if you can't hold on to their attention, then it's just a rough day. So finding ways that you can put yourself on a stage and just fully immerse yourself, be fully present, give 100% of whatever it is you're doing. And if you believe it enough, other people believe it, right? Like teaching, substitute teaching. If the children detected any style of, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing, or he doesn't think that he can actually teach a class, they would just eat you alive, right? They're just like, okay, there's this guy telling us to do things that we're not going to do. But when it was just like, no, listen, interest, attention, and fun, and I'm here right now, nothing else matters except for you, except for this classroom, except for me, then it was a lot more fun. So that's your homework. Immerse yourself in something more. Go deeper into things. Think more deeply. Write more deeply. Have deeper conversations. Try your best to be as present as possible. Believe whatever it is you're trying to do, or you're trying to be with all your heart, and see what happens. What do you have to lose?